So the fitness analogy coming right up. Welcome back to Common Sense Logical Reason. As always, I'm going to say thank y'all for joining me today. So I'm going to bring up the fitness analogy again. I did a video on this, but I feel compelled to make another video on this because it just amazes me how the left, as I've always said, they operate based upon the what, completely ignore the how or why, and their whole arguments are based surrounding only in the disparities. They see a disparity that they don't like, any disparity that's unfavorable to them, and they base the whole argument on this is evil, that, bad, racism, this ism, that ism, sexism, patriarchal, homophobic, any disparity that they don't like, and their whole viewpoint is just based on the disparity, but they completely ignore the how or why, how we got there. That's why I came up with the fitness analogies. And I always like to use analogies, and the reason why I do so is for the same reason Jesus spoke in parables, because analogies are a great way to help people to get understanding. It's an example. Sometimes people can get better understanding from an example rather than just being told about it. But anyway, let's get to this fitness analogy. So let's say you have three people, person A, person B, and person C. Now, person A is heavy into fitness. They work out 6 days a week. They watch what they eat. They take supplements. They study, all the different vitamins and minerals out there and how it affects the body, which ones are best to take, which ones they should, which ones they need, which ones they shouldn't take. They take, protein powder when they work out. They're just heavy into fitness. Then you have person B. Now this person works out maybe 3, maybe 4 days a week. They somewhat watch what they eat, but not always. But they will work out, make a note to work out, go to the gym, pumping some iron, if it's a guy or female, and in other words, make some type of effort to be in shape. Then you have person C. Now person C is not into fitness at all, doesn't work out, and just eat. Now, it's obvious who's going to be the most fit out of these three. Well, obviously it's going to be person A, because person A does more of what it takes to be fit. Has nothing to do with skin color, has nothing to do with background, has nothing to do with where you live, what city you're in, what state you're living, where you're from, where you live now. None of that is relevant. The only thing is relevant is the behavior of each individual people. Okay, person A is more in fit because person A does more what it takes to be fit, and person C is going to be the least fit. Why? Because person C does the least of what it takes to be fit. So now let's say that if person A was white and person B and C were black, the fact that person A, the white person, is more fit than the two black people has nothing to do with racism. Now, some black person somewhere would see that and say, that's racism, or the white person more fit. They'll just see that the part about who's the most fit, right? They'll see that the white person, the person A, is more fit than the two black people. And they'll see that there's some grand conspiracy plot to make black people unfit. We'll completely ignore the story of how we got there. The fact that the person A, again, does more what it takes to be fit. They will completely ignore that. This is how the left operate. Again, it doesn't matter what's the skin color of these people. The black person could be person A could be black. Person C could be white. It has nothing to do with the skin color. It has to do with behavior. Complete and total behavior. And if you pay attention to society, like I said, this is what the left do. This is how they operate. They operate based upon disparities. They find disparities and cry racism. Black people find disparity in any area of society in which black people are not equal to white people. They cry racism. They'll cry about the black head coaches. They were crying about black head coaches. There aren't enough no black head coaches. Well, more and more blacks started becoming head coaches. but they still cry about the disparity. There are no black GMs. They cry about the disparity. You notice they don't cry about the players though. They completely ignore that blacks make up something like 70% of the NBA players, NFL, and like 80+% of NBA. They completely ignore that. That's a complete disparity considering the fact that black people make up only 13% of the population. Talk about a disparity. But they completely ignore that, or they come up with excuses to argue around it. They come up with this, yeah, well, they'll let us play basketball, but we ain't going to be owners. Even though there's nothing stopping a black person from going out and owning a basketball team or an NBA team or an NFL team. But they will find a disparity and cry about it. Again, that's why I come up with this fitness analogy to prove that it has to do with behavior. There's nothing stopping a black person from being fit. There's nothing stopping a black person from being unfit. It's their personal behavior. So it's all about choices and behavior. There's no systems holding anybody back, keeping anybody down. Sure, there are factors out here that each person may have, that you may have a factor in this city that exists in another city, but largely it's still the same. Choices and behavior, not skin color. Anyway, y'all, so again, the fitness analogy, if you want to use it, use it. It makes sense. I've picked up analogies and sayings from other people, and I don't see why nobody should pick it up from me. But like I say, we have to do everything we can to stomp out the nonsense and the victimhood in this country because it shouldn't exist. There's no excuse for it existing. Anyway, y'all, it's just my 2 cents on this. And it's always, 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 y'all. Until next time.